Hello friends and fellow bakers, how are you doing? It's Chef Tom from ChefInstructorTom.com. Please come and visit the website anytime. We'd love to see you there. Lots of good information on there. Now today we're going to be talking about brownies. Brownies are one of those things that you just say, well, couldn't I just make them out of a box mix? You could, but you'd be sorely missing all the great things that are going to happen when you start baking for yourself and out of your own home. I think you're going to find that these brownies way transcend anything you can do out of a box mix. Now they come back from when I used to work at the Ritz-Carlton back in the 90s. It was a long time ago, but I gotta tell you, they still definitely hold up. They are excellent brownies. Now, one of the things when you start baking, you want to think about is confidence. Now you say, well, I don't have any confidence when I'm baking. That's okay. There's an old saying, fake it till you make it. And if you kind of feel like you have some confidence, a little swagger, I think you're going to be a much better baker. Once you start to bake more, I think you're going to find that it comes much easier as you go along. It's just one of the most important things you'll find in baking. Whatever you come up with is going to taste great. I wish you well, and let's get to baking. Here's the ingredients you'll need to make these brownies. They're pretty standard. I would recommend getting the best chocolate you can afford. I like using the milk chocolate from Trader Joe's. It's only $5 a pound and it tastes great. Well, the first thing you want to do is preheat the oven. We're going to bake at 325 today. That might seem kind of low for a lot of baking, but it's perfect for these brownies. You want a nice low and slow heat, and by preheating the oven, you can even heat the entire time of the bake. Then take the 8" by 8" pan and give it some pan spray. We're going to put down a square of parchment, but the pan spray does help. It does help it get out of the pan. They are kind of sticky. Chop the chocolate finely with a chef's knife. This chocolate needs to be chopped small enough for it to melt quickly. Place the chopped chocolate into a stainless steel bowl and set it aside. Put 2 inches of water in a saucepan and bring it to a boil. Then turn it off. Yeah, I said that. Turn it off. It'll still melt with the flame turned off. Combine the water, butter, sugar, and salt in a saucepan and bring it to a boil. And set this aside. Combine the flour and baking powder in a bowl and sift them together. Now, I like to sift mine over a piece of parchment, and this helps to aerate the dry ingredients. Yep, everything will come out a lot smoother in the end if you sift the dry ingredients first. Set the chopped chocolate bowl over it, and the water does not need to be boiling for the chocolate to melt. Just let it be. Whisk the eggs into the melted chocolate. This will change the texture of the chocolate a lot. It helps if the chocolate is pretty warm, and it should be coming right off the stove, even if it's just melted on the hot water. Then stir the butter, sugar mixture into the chocolate mixture, and that mixture can also be warm as well. Then your final job is to put the sifted dry ingredients into the chocolate mixture. And this is best done with a rubber spatula. You might want to do it in 2 additions like I did. Make sure you get everything well incorporated. It might take a little bit of hard work. There should be no clumps of flour or chocolate left behind. It should be smooth. Pour the batter into the prepared square pan and then place the pan into the preheated oven. Then all there is to do is clean up. The brownies should go about 30 to 40 minutes total time in the oven, and that might vary from your oven. I also like to turn the pan around at about the 15 or 20 minute mark. Doesn't have to happen right on time, just as long as you turn it partway through baking. This helps with the even baking like we talked about before. Check the doneness with a skewer or a toothpick. You're going to see that mine was not done in the first 30 minutes. No biggie. You can put it back in, let it go for another 5 or 10 minutes. The skewer or toothpick should come out cleanly when it's done. You're going to want to cool it on a wire rack. Now, I know you want to eat them right away, but if you cut them now, they will fall apart. I know you don't care, but humor me on this one. After you let them cool for an hour, and yes, an hour, use a plastic rigid spatula to release the sides. You can then turn the pan upside down and remove the brownies. I cut the edges off the square. I know you're thinking, that's the best part. Why is he doing that? And you're right. But to give everyone the same size brownie, you have to do this. You really do. If you want to omit this part, you may. You see, I come from a food service background. We make everything uniformly. I'm not saying to throw the edges away. Nope, those are for the baker, me. I do share with whoever's around at the time. I do love the edges. They just don't cut well. They don't make things look uniform. You make the choice. Well, wasn't that fun? In the future, we can talk more about how you can kind of dress these up a little bit. I like to put a little caramel sauce in the batter and swirl it around a little bit as I make them. That's a little more advanced, but not unattainable by any home baker. You could do it. I also like to put chocolate chips in there sometimes. I might make some ganache and put the ganache on top of it, really dress it up. I'll put it in a cake pan. And it looks like a cake, but it's a brownie with ganache on top. Again, a little more advanced, a little bit something for the next time, something to build on next time. I hope you enjoyed the brownies, but that's it for today. And let me know how yours went, if you had any troubles. If there's anything I can help you with, please let me know. I would love to hear from you. thomasfbeckman@gmail.com. Thanks a lot, friends. Have a great day.